Psalm 105. I think it's a great history lesson, but more than that, it's a great reminder of what God does in keeping his promises. God is faithful. He remembers his covenant. He knows his covenant, and this is kind of a reminder to all of Israel, an exhortation to them and to us to give God praise, to give God honor and glory, for God keeps his promises. Give thanks to the Lord. Call on his name. Make known among the nations what he has done. Sing. Sing to him. Sing praise to him. Tell of his wonderful acts. Glory in his name, and let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. It's 4 verses of a reminder of what we should do when we worship God. We should do this daily. Start out in the morning and end in the day, praising the Lord, thanking him for his preservation, for his faithfulness, for his provision. In this particular Psalm 105, he is reminding the people that, hey, God remembered his covenant. Remember his covenant to Abraham? Well, we need to praise the Lord. Remember the wonders he has done, and especially the things that the judgments he pronounced. Remember the descendants of Abraham, his servant, the sons of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is the Lord our God. So not another one. He is the one that took us out. His judgments are seen in all of the earth. He remembers his covenant forever. The word he commanded for 1,000 generations, his covenant that he made with Abraham. The oath he swore to Isaac, he confirmed it. To Jacob as a decree, to Israel as an everlasting covenant. To you I will give the land of Canaan, a portion that you will inherit. So when they were just few in number, there's just a small of them, and Exodus opens with 76. They wandered around from nation to nation, and they weren't being oppressed. Abraham and his sons weren't, his early descendants. No one was to touch God's anointed and do his prophets. He called them prophets. No harm. Then he called down a famine, got them going, and Joseph. Remember, he sent Joseph, a man before them. They bruised his feet and put him in shackles. Well, when he was in that arena of Egypt, Joseph was given leadership ability. And until the word of the Lord proved him true, the king sent and released him, the ruler of the peoples, set him free. Made him master of his household, Joseph, to instruct his princes as he pleased and to teach his elders wisdom. Then Israel entered Egypt. That plague or that drought came along, a famine. Jacob lived in an alien land, in the land of Ham. The Lord made his people very fruitful, but they came, and the foes hated Israel. They wanted to kill them. They pressed them. Then they started oppressing them. But there were millions of them, these people. God sent them Moses and Aaron, and they rebelled against their word. So God made the land dark, kind of an analogy of what he really did. And very specifically, not just an analogy, is a real thing. There was a plague of darkness. But it's interesting that this is the first one he mentions. And then he goes to the blood and to the frogs and how they got into the bedrooms. Can you imagine sleeping in bed and then realizing there's a frog at your feet? Or in your pillowcase? Something like that was going on with the Egyptians. What a plague. And swarms of flies, and then there were gnats, and the rain and hail came, and it ruined their trees, and then the locusts came and ate up everything that was left over, and then the firstborn was killed. Really after that, then the darkness, and then the firstborn. But The firstborn of all their manhood was taken away. And Israel was brought out, laden with silver and gold. And from among all the tribes, no one faltered. They were glad to be seen gone until Pharaoh hardened his heart again and then himself was killed. God spread out a cloud and guided them by day and night. He fed them quail. He opened up a rock and gave them water. He remembered his promise. God is mighty. Kind of a review of Deuteronomy, a review of Genesis 12, where this whole thing starts, all the way through the end chapters of Deuteronomy upon entering the promised land. He gave them the lands of the nations, and they fell heir to what others had toiled for, that they might keep his precepts and obey his laws. Praise the Lord. 45 verses of a reminder that God keeps his promises. We should give him praise. Have a great day, and may God bless you in the rest of it.